Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green, I'm right here with you once again, people. And before we say anything else, we have to pay homage to the women of the world. Now, I'm going to take my picture away so you can bask in this thing we call New Woman. Excuse me. Did you see that shit? That's you, women, or it's going to be you, or you're going to be them. One of the two. You can't both exist in the same space at the same time. That there is a show called The New Girl. It's about a group of Ku Klux trans women who live in Kansas City. So there you get two gifts, Kansas City. You get a Super Bowl trophy and these fucking weirdos right here. And if you haven't noticed yet, all this month, I will have backgrounds dedicated to women celebrating Women's Heritage Month, because that's what we're in. That's what March is now. No, it's not St. Patrick's Day. Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. No, not anymore. March belongs to the ladies. One more time, excuse me. And fellas, if you don't want to bang that, if you don't want to smack it up, flip it, and rub it down, oh no, something wrong with you, bruh. You need to change your ways. You need to start liking dick. It's a new world. What did Jasmine say? Jasmine and Aladdin, a whole new world. Who's that? Peebo Bryson? Who sang the song for that soundtrack? It's Peebo Bryson and somebody else, wasn't it? I can show you the world. I don't want to see that part of the world. Ew, what's that down there, world? I don't want to see that. Get that away from me. World. Whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. Why did we start it off like that? That was terrible. That was terrible. Terrible. Oh man, oh man. Okay, let's get serious. Knock it off. Guys, we're 3 minutes in. You guys got me acting play already. Yeah, I blamed it on you. I take no responsibility. I don't have to. I'll tell you what I do have to do. I got to give props. Yes, props. Mad props. Talking about Connie Fernie. Thank you very much, Connie, for becoming a new member of Green Nation. Trays up, stand up, people. Scoot it down. Another member of the Cool Kids table. Thank you very much, Connie. I think what the judges are going to count that as a super chat. So you are also, not only, Connie, are you a new member of Green Nation, not only do you have a seat at the Cool Kids table, but you are the super chat cherry popper. You have broken the financial hymen for the day. And I thank you, young lady. Thank you so much. Hydrate, people. Hydrate. And this cup right here, my wife and kids made this for me a few years ago. Because the other cup that I usually have mysteriously disappeared. And if you're a parent, AKA somebody used my shit and didn't put it back. If you know me, it's one thing I hate is when people don't put shit back. Because when I need to use it, it's not there. See, when they need to use it, it's always there. Why? Because I put shit back. But nobody else in my family does. So when I go to get shit, here's one that happens all the time. Pisses me off. Sends me into a murderous rage. I'm in the kitchen, washing my hands, What do I turn around to get, people? You know it. You're dealing with the same shit as me. I turn around to get a towel to dry my hands, but there is no towel. It's not there. So what do? I look in the drawer where we keep the towels. Are there any towels in there? No. So now I got to walk around the house like I'm about to do surgery and go in the laundry room and get towels. So what do? Do I just get one towel? No. I find a bunch of towels, I fold them up, and I refill the drawer in the kitchen. And what happens then? Everybody that comes behind me always has towels. I know. Jericho, if that's the worst thing you have to complain about in life, your life is pretty good. I'm not saying my life is not good. My life is great. My family's healthy, and I still live in America. I'm all right. Just venting. This is cathartic. DJ John T, thank you, man, for the super sticker. My friend. Why do all those songs end the same? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that shit's always funny. That's right, Vegas Baller. Mi vida es bueno. Es bueno. Thank you for the bueno vida, my friend. Knock it off, you guys. Anthony DeRosa, good idea. He said use the wife's shirt. Yeah, that way the shirt gets wet. And we got to take that wet shirt off, don't we? Hell yeah. Good thinking, Anthony. You know, there's a reason I kept you around. Sword Blue. Jericho, are you an investor in gold and silver? I am. I'm actually sponsored by Noble Gold. NobleGoldInvestments.com. Yes, I got real physical gold and silver. It's a shame that that's no longer like a luxury. Like, yeah, I'll get some gold, some silver. But now it's like, hey, man, you better get some of that shit because it's going to be all Mad Max up in this bitch. Patrick C., thank you. Towel restocking fee. There's a fee for everything, isn't there, Patrick? Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. You guys are so cool. You guys really care about me. You guys love me. Tammy A., own it. Own it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Yeah. Oh, so yesterday, I must apologize. In order to upload a live stream, to upload it to notify you guys upcoming, whatever time, you have to put on Rumble, you have to put no more than 2-minute loop video. So they play it before your live stream starts and after it's over. And I couldn't figure out how to upload that video. I recorded one, I emailed it to myself, and I tried to save it to the computer, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'm sure people in here are much smarter than me. It's easy as fuck. If so, drop me an email, jerichogreen2018@gmail.com. Now, see, yeah, Rumble's weird. Everything else seemed pretty simple, but loading that video, I was at an impasse. So I wasn't able to do a live yesterday on Rumble as I said I would, so I apologize. But by next week, I'll figure it out because yesterday, well, we'll get to that in a second, but yesterday I had something very important to do, and I figured it can't be hard to upload a video, a live stream to Rumble because I do it on StreamYard every day. No problem. It was a problem. So I'll figure that shit out by next week. I'll be back. Daryl Watts, Jericho, I spent 7 days in commie Las Vegas to rent a car. Basically, with the taxes and everything out there, I had to rent 2 cars for the price of one. Yeah, man. 2 years ago, we were in Hawaii, and the taxes and stuff, man, and the scarcity of vehicles made it like $1,400 a day to rent a car. People were renting U-Hauls to drive around in because they were cheaper than renting a car. Fortunately, we planned our trip far enough in advance, and we paid for all that stuff before, and we didn't even have to rent a vehicle because fortunately a fan of mine lived in Hawaii. Matter of fact, a couple streets over from the resort we were staying at, they were out of town. We got to use their Jeep, all lifted and shit. It was tight. Went 4-wheeling, took the top off. Anyway, it was a good time. It was a very good time. But yeah, the car rental prices can be off the charts. It's ridiculous. Everything's ridiculous right now. I don't see it. And despite them saying, "Oh no, it's getting better," no, it's not. You fucker. You fucker. But what was I doing yesterday that was so important? I will tell you. I interviewed Sammy the Bull Gravano. Yes, the Sammy the Bull, the Gambino crime family associated with John Gotti, hitman, mobster, Sammy the Bull Gravano. We talked for a little over an hour and a half. It was a great interview. Great guy. My job was easy. Gave him some questions. He answered the question, told some stories. I think my favorite question, Mandy Westcott, thank you. I know Mom Ranger 2010 was there as well. Anthony, all you guys, thank you, man. Thank you for being there. Thanks for watching it. I will put a link to that video in the description box. But it was really cool. I think my favorite question, though, that I asked, because I know it was the one that I was most excited about, was what is a night out on the town like for them? He became a made man in 76. So I figure, 77, he's been doing it for a year. He's living life young. So I said, what was it like for you as a made man, a newly made man out on the town? You and your boys get together Saturday night, hit New York City or whatever. What are you guys up to? And it was a great answer because that's what that's interesting to me. Like, for those guys that have the money and the power, the fear, the respect, whatever you want to call it, when these guys come through, part like the Red Sea. And his answer was pretty cool. It wasn't a cut and dry answer. He gave a great answer to that question and, asked him about his upbringing and time in prison. And he's really pushing for prison reform. He's an artist. So it was very cool. And I like it because it was a departure from, what I usually do, something very different. Great guy. And he's like-minded. He believes in people being able to have guns and protect themselves. He thinks our border's wide open like a who's legs on fucking Fleet Week. So, yeah, smart dude, like-minded. What do you call it? Based. He's not down for the bullshit. And it was really cool to hear him talk about some of the stories, and things that he survived and things that he did. So check that out. I'm putting a link to it right now. Go. There it is. So I'll pin that link to the top. Where'd it go? Damn it. Where'd it go? Hold on. God damn it. Anyway, I put the link in there. Check it out. It was a great interview. Like I said, about an hour and a half. His team was great. Amina, Anna, they were cool. Shout out to my man Scott. He hit me up and was like, hey, you want to interview Sammy the Bull Gravano? I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I want to interview that guy. I've heard that name growing up and back in the 90s and stuff when those guys were all in the media and their trials and all that shit. So what a great opportunity. And did I ever think I would get an interview with somebody like that? Hell no. But life has a way of doing that kind of shit. So thank you to all of them. And I hope, and I told him this too, I hope this is not the last time that we, get together. And if there's anything I can help with on his channel or promote shit on mine, just let me know. That shit was funny. So check it out. The link is in the description. We got some super chats up in this bitch. Here we go. John Lamas. Thank you. Happy International Women's Day, Jericho. I work for GoPro, so I get to hear how brave and courageous women are all year long. Lucky you. Lucky you. Some of us, I hope most of us, don't work in an environment where we get to celebrate that bravery all year long. But you, John, you are so lucky to just be submerged in it, up to your ears in bravery. How do you do it? You're brave. You're brave for dealing with all that bravery all year long. We're all brave. Like, dude, just do something. Do it. Like, shit your pants. You're brave. You're brave for shitting your pants. Aaron M. Wasn't he a murderer / informant? Yeah, he killed people. Informant, I wouldn't say that. The guys that he was in a brotherhood with turned on him, threw him under the bus first. So it was retaliatory, if you will. But nonetheless, he tells a great story, had a very interesting life, and he definitely paid his debt to society, serving 22 plus years in prison. And he's a good dude, and I'm glad I have the opportunity, and it shan't be my last. Devlin McBain, thank you. Here's some lettuce for you and yours. Shippy, thanks, Shipwreck. Appreciate that. See how the world's finest Navy, they take care of each other. So cool. I think I got another one. And another one. Leonard S. Thank you. A lot of people want all of the J6 video released to everybody. Is this possible? It sure looks possible, Leonard. Bit by bit, it's trickling out. As I said when we first learned that McCarthy turned over the tapes to Tucker Carlson, I said that I hoped that we would get it all at once. But of course, it's a business over there. So he has to, you don't want to let everybody see the footage all at once. You string it out. It's fine. At least it's coming to light. At least everybody is seeing it. And some of this stuff, some of the footage we've seen before, some of it we haven't. Some of the footage, like, well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll get into all that because that's something I wanted to talk about. The footage, what we saw, and almost, most importantly, who's all upset about it. Bob K. MIT, thank you. Great interview, JG. Love the way you sometimes just let him talk. Yeah, I can't listen. I can't focus if two people are talking and they're talking over each other. And I didn't have to. I give him the question, and he's done a million interviews, so he knows what he's doing. I know what I'm doing. So let him talk. That's how you, get the best stuff. Let people talk. Let them, don't feel that they have to rush and make their point because you're chomping at the bit to get to the next question or say something. Nah, I'll let people do what they do best. He's a great storyteller. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. One more. Love it. Yes. MPL 616. Beautiful. Thank you for becoming a member of Green Nation. Trays up. Scoot it, and boot it. We got another one. Thank you. Thank you. Ashley Stowers, thank you. Hi, JG. Can you use the word pompous in a sentence while speaking in your Royal King Richard voice? Of course I can use the word pompous. That gentleman over there is acting as though he's a pompous jackass. I can't do that voice without first taking a sip from my cup. Oh, this? Oh no, see, this is the new merch. Shout out to my man Sean. He designed it, sent it to me. I was like, I got to get this on some shit. I got to. So if you want to support, go to mygreengear.com. Oh, and boom. Got the shirt too. Yes. Excited. I got a hoodie also. So I'm going to be decked out. Thank you very much, people. And I think, is that it? So we have Onama. Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby. Okay. Anything you want, Leo gets. Get it? Okay. They fuck you in the drive-thru. They know you're going to be miles away before you realize you got fucked. I used to love that part. Authentically Kennedy says you didn't interrupt him at all. No, and that was thank you for noticing, but that was intentional. When you have somebody on your platform to listen to them and have them speak, let them do it. That's why you brought them here, because you want to hear what they have to say. You can't hear it if you're always cutting them off. I hate that shit. When people talk over, I can't. Don't make me turn it off. Because you're both trying to make a point at the same time. I can't focus on two conversations. Drives me nuts. So anytime I do an interview, I would definitely let the person speak. That's the reason they're there. Mad says Jericho Rogan. Hey, I'll take that comparison, and I'll also take his paycheck. I would love $100 million to do this. And Rogan, he has a team. You know, I still answer my emails and all that kind of shit myself, which is cool. But if I got to a point like him where he has people like they're lining up the interviews, he basically says, hey, this person sounds interesting, or can you get this person? Shit, it happens. So just to be, that's my dream, to just be the talent. Because all the behind the scenes stuff, I'll do it, but it doesn't excite me. What excites me is being here. This. Once the countdown gets to 1, that's when the fun starts for me. And to get a fat paycheck and be able to do this, just this, hey, that's what I'm striving for. That's what I'm striving for. That's my goal one day. Borat Sagdiyev. Where did the African colors in the background go? It's not Black History Month anymore, so we put that shit away, man. It's like Christmas decorations. Once the season's over, get that shit out of here. That's how they do it. That's what they do. You ain't going to see no more Black History Month advertisements from any of these fucking companies until next February. Until January 31st, midnight. That's when you'll see that shit. Other than that, put it away. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to see it. So, title. I'm melting. Of course, it's the Wicked Witch of the West. But that quote was by January 6th, by J6, as they call it. Or if you're Biden and you're really hip to all the latest information, it's July 6th, because that's what he said. He said it was July 6th. So we're over here thinking, no, this happened in January. No, that shit happened in July. You don't know shit. You don't know nothing. Biden has all the cutting edge information. Hot off the press. That press is smoking hot. That's what he has. He has access to that type of information. So we don't know shit compared to him. He's all knowing. Remember they said he was going to be the adult in the room. He was going to get rid of, he was going to be the one to stop all the infighting and all this crazy shit going on. He's going to restore order. The kind, gentle old man is going to restore order. Did that happen? Has it happened yet? Have I missed the part where he restored the order? Because if he did, I definitely missed it. Let's see here.
Will not.
Here we go. Boom.
Second, just say to you, the impact, what happened on July the 6th had international repercussions. If I can halt for a second and just say to you, the impact, what happened on July the 6th had international repercussions.
Yeah, he said July. I was just double checking, triple checking. He said July. So next time somebody comes up to you and says it happened in January, you say, bullshit. Our fearless leader said that shit happened 6 months later. So J6 doesn't stand for what you thought it stood for, smarty pants. Space Truckin' LLC. Thank you for the Hamilton. He says, sup, JG, just FYI, you got another fan on the Big Island. Yes. Don't have an extra car, but got some of the world's finest Lau Lau and Kahlua pig for your brother. Hey, man, let me tell you something. Some of the best grub I had was at a luau where they pulled the pig out of the ground. 3 words. Delicious. All right, I'm going to hold you to it, man. We're going to come through. We're hoping to go later this year because it's been 2 years since we've been back. Shoot, my kids are already doing better than me. You know how old I was when I went to Hawaii? 28, because that's how old I was when I got married. I never been to Hawaii until I got married. My kids are about to go twice. Hopefully we can. So, of course, we'll be talking about J6, July 6th. Get it right. Kamala said some weird shit again. Kamala, why do they do that? Hold on. Because it almost feels like we're like inside of remember the end of Men in Black where the camera pulls back and the world is actually a marble and some little alien kid is playing with the marbles and he puts them inside of a bag. It's almost like we're inside like a little play that's going on, and there's some giants that are watching this little tiny stage that we call Earth, and they're watching us perform, and they're laughing because this shit can't be real. Like, these people come out here and say the most outlandish, wild, unfounded, untrue shit ever. And it's almost like it's not challenged. Of course, the mainstream mediocres aren't going to pick that shit up. They're not going to say anything about it. But hold on, let me find this shit. She's just so fucking weird, and she's so awkward and unlikable. Like, where the fuck did they find her? Did they, like, is there proof that those are her parents, that she was birthed by humans? Or do we have proof? Or is it just some pictures that they could have doctored and altered? Because if someone showed me footage of like somebody outside of a window filming inside of some kind of facility, and they took a gun and were like, zzz, 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 like a drill, and they unscrewed 4 bolts in Kamala's face and pulled it off, and it was like a Terminator type titanium alloy skeleton underneath it, I'd be like, I knew it. Humans aren't like that.
This is AG.
I mean, is she human?
A very simple story, which is that I went home one day and I said, well, why are conservatives bad, Mommy? Because I thought we were supposed to conserve things. I couldn't reconcile it. Now I can. In fact, I'm going to share with you a very simple story, which is that I went home one day and I said, well, why are conservatives bad, Mommy? Because I thought we were supposed to conserve things.
Who the fuck would remember that? Who would remember? And who talks like that? Like, if you're old enough to have questions about conservative or conserving or something like that, you don't talk like that anymore. Like, that sounds like something my 7-year-old would have a question about. Or maybe even older than 8-year-old or something. Like, and who's talking to this child about conservatives and liberals or Republicans and Democrats? Who's talking to a child like that to where they have a question? why are conservatives bad, mommy? Like, if you're still saying mommy like that, no, you don't know shit about conservative. No one's talking to you about stuff like that. That's so weird. Ugh, she's just so fucking awkward and unlikable. And then she gives her classic ga 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 ga. When she did that, any birds that were on the roof of that building fucking flew away. They were spooked. That cackle just rippled through the building and the bird just took off flying. Like in one of those disaster movies where you look and all the birds and shit and the deer are just heading in another direction. The birds are like, I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm getting out of here. What was that? What? Why are conservatives bad, mommy? And who's telling this child that conservatives are bad to the point where she's questioning her mommy? God. What laboratory is responsible for creating Kamala the Ugandan nightmare Harris? That was so awkward. That shit didn't happen and you fucking know it. It's like when you're watching Cops and some meth head that they pulled over is lying to the cops. I saw one the other day. I just bought this car 2 days ago for $200. That's some crackhead shit. That's a drug-addled, feeble mind trying to lie to a police officer about the car that you obviously stole. I'm going to assume, based on my experience and based by the lack of teeth in your mouth and the lesions on your face that you're still clearly picking at, you are a fucking meth head. Oh, my goodness. Just so awkward. Mommy, why are the conservative bad? I thought we were both the conservative, mommy. What are you, a fucking 3-year-old? You some Doogie Howser 3-year-old who's actually, mother, I have an intellectual quarry. What are you talking about? You're so fucking full of shit, lady. This will throw him off. You know why she does that? Because her cackle is so loud and it's so abrasive to your eardrums that you grip your head in pain and you forget about what she said. Because you're looking around for something to catch the blood coming out of your ear because she ruptured your eardrums. That's why she can say all the stupid shit she wants and go after. Some dogs in the distance. She's setting off car alarms and shit like a Harley Davidson going by. Fuck. People looking for their keys. Kamala. Gaga. Fucking shit, Kamala. That woman is weird as fuck. And then you couple her with her boss. I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. Oh, let's continue with the stupid shit. Why not? We're on the Stupid Shit Express. We'll just ride this shit out and see where it goes. Where is the Stupid Shit Express going to stop today? Let's see. Let's see. I hate to do this to you. I hate to do this to you right off the bat. Show you all this dumb shit. But we got to get it out of the way. Because J6 was the worst, right? J6 was the worst. We have proof. They said it must be the worst thing ever. So let's go over here. Hold on. Got a super. I'll get to you. I'll get to you. Mm-hmm. Share. And not that share. Like share the screen. You know what I meant.
Last name.
Oh, this dude's voice is annoying as shit. But Super chat from Joe. Thank you very much. Jericho, did you check out Chris Rock? He knocked it out of the park. He did. I did check it out. I'm going to do a quick review on that later on today, but I did watch it. I was pleased. I don't think it was his best special. I don't think it was his funniest, but he definitely saved the best for last and addressed the whole Will Smith slap incident, which was good. Everybody was waiting for that. But yeah, I'm going to do a review on that shit. I liked it. Liked it a lot. Okay, boom. Chocolate patty. Fuck you gonna say?
Tucker Carlson cherry-picked the video surveillance from the January 6th insurrection, severely downplaying the events of that day. He said the mob...
If this was court, wouldn't they call that leading the witness? Cherry-picked, downplayed.
Was orderly and meek and that they were tourists instead of insurrectionists. What's your response to Carlson and to Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who granted him access to that video?
Anybody who watched that video would strongly disagree. Anybody who watched that video with their own eyes the
personification of a terrible diversity hire. Diversity is not our strength. She is proof. Diversity being at the top of the qualification list is a bad idea. She is proof. She is horrible at her job. She lies every day. Kamala, diversity hire. Remember that butterscotch eating dummy said, my vice president's going to be a woman of color. This is what you get when you put appearance over performance. You get these fucking idiots who are drowning in front of our eyes every single day trying to stay up with the bullshit.
Way and saw what happened on that day would disagree with what was just stated. The president has been...
Here comes two lies in a row. You ready?
Very clear. January...
that's the first lie. He's never been clear about anything. And here's the second one.
6 was the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War.
What did you just say, chocolate patty? What? Went down the wrong pipe there. Did she just say, number one, that the president's been clear? It's never happened. And two, J6 was a worse threat to our democracy than the Civil War. Even if all those cops really died, they were killed by the mob that day, like they said, which was a fucking lie. Another good reason these tapes are coming out is showing us the shit. And we knew that. Those of us who aren't drinking the fucking Jim Jones prepared Kool-Aid knows that this was bullshit from day one because we have functioning ocular stims and we were looking at shit. We didn't go home and plug in the CNN into the CNN jack in the back of our head and just listen to those dummies lie. This is not news to us. But these tapes, just think of it this way. There are people out there, this is the first time they've heard or seen the contrary to what they've been told by the mainstream mediocres and those crooked-ass politicians. There are people out there who are like, wait, what? Yeah, we know. But let them have their moment. They're behind, but let them have their moment.
And we should be focused on making sure that never happens again. And so we are certainly...
we need to be focused on making sure you never happen again.
We agree. I know Minority Leader and Senator Schumer have already said this and would hope that keeping the Capitol and Congress safe and secure remains congressional leaders' number one goal. And that should be our focus. And that should be what should be considered here.
Shut up, woman. You hear that? Keeping the Congress safe is their number one goal. Oh, you thought their number one goal was us, huh? Hell no. Hell to the no, to the no, no, no. They don't give a shit about us. Keeping them safe is their number one goal. USAF Bull retired. Thank you for the Twompski. How many times have they told us to believe our lying eyes? Video is forever. They are just scared the fear mongering will no longer work. Per them, the folks protesting in Atlanta, it's just an idea. That's right. Now, can that idea manifest into people and destroy shit? Yep. It's just an idea. It's not real. Like, have you walked past every TV with a blindfold on? Have you walked by every computer with a blindfold on and never looked at your phone? What do you mean it's an idea? That idea certainly looks like real people to me carrying out real acts of violence and destruction of property that they don't fucking own. Tell David Dorn, who got shot during one of those protests, hey, David Dorn, why are you laying there dead? It's just an idea. It was just an idea that came up behind you and shot you in the back of the head because you were trying to stop somebody from stealing a TV. Because, of course, we all know stopping someone from stealing a TV means you should have your brains blown all over the pavement. Remember those commercials they were making? Going for a walk, it should not be a death sentence. Driving in your car should not be a death sentence. You know what shouldn't be? Should be a death sentence? Being a security guard, picking up some extra money, helping out a friend who owns a shop. That should not be a death sentence. But for David Dorn, it was. Why are you over here doing your job, David Dorn? Nico Giorgio. Hey, JG, I joined late, but I want to tell you that yesterday's interview with Sammy Gravano was spot on. John Gotti and his crew were highly respected in my Queens neighborhood. Thanks, Nico. Appreciate that, man. And he's right there in New York. Good. Preach. That's right, Shinobi. Ku Klux Klan Tifa. That's right. They just changed their outfits. They went in the total opposite direction. They started with the white sheets. Now they're with the black tactical gear. Sorry, bitches, but they're just an idea. That couple that was out in their front yard pointing guns, they were just pointing their guns at thin air. There's nobody there. There was nobody there walking in front of their house on their property. It's just an idea. Fucking chocolate patty. I can't stand you. Oh. You guys want to see some funny shit? So I mentioned this. I did a video about it, or a short about it real quick. But I found the video, and this shit is hella funny. This is Biden and Chuck Schumer. They're going to a brunch together. Biden and Chuck Schumer with a combined age of 872. They were going to oh man, we got to get to that too. They're going to a brunch together, and Biden looked like he was having, it's to be expected, a man that advanced in years, it's expected that he might have a tough time staying upright. His equilibrium might be a little off. Let's see.
Told you.
You see that shit? Look at that shit. Two straight men don't walk like that. There's only one person, two people. There's two people you'll let hold your arm like that as a man. Your woman and an old lady. Or maybe a really old man. He'd have to be old as fuck, though. Because I think even an old man wouldn't need to hold onto your arm like that. But maybe let's say he does. It's your woman and the elderly. So which category do you think Biden fits in? I don't know. Does he put on some of Dr. Jill's undies and wear them throughout the day? I don't know. But we'll just say, going off of all the information we have from the way he speaks and the way he acts and the way he loses his balance, I'm going to say he's in the elderly camp. Look how he's holding his arm, like he's helping him walk. He's helping him stay up. Look how Chuck has his arm bent like that because he knows he's holding on. That's what you do as a man. Help an old lady across the street, across the parking lot, out to her car or whatever. I've done that before. I've helped an old lady. I've had an old lady, my grandma or somebody, walking and talking. That's how they hold your arm. That's why Chuck has his arm bent like that, because he knows he's holding on to it. I don't want somebody at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue that needs help walking.
That's good.
If I can make it, stay close, Chuck. Chuck and Sloppy Joe. Look at his assholes holding on to him. Don't let me fall, Chuck. Help me up, Chuck. Get it? Up, Chuck. Yeah, I get the joke, Joseph. You tell me it all the time. You say that joke all the time. No, I haven't. That's the first time I've ever said it to you, Chuck. Don't lie to me. I'm back. Finger just hit the button on accident. What was that movie with Michael Douglas? No, Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster. It was called Tough Guys. It was called Tough Guys. And they were these two old ass like bank robbers or some shit. And they had to do like one more score. I remember watching that shit when I was a kid. We rented it at the video store or some shit. Hold on. Let me find this. That's who they remind me of. Chuck and Sloppy Joe. They remind me of Tough Guys. And they have that, was that a Bob Seger? No. Was it Stevie Ray Vaughan? Who sang that song, Tough Enough? Ain't that tough enough? Here we go. Who sang that song? Tough Guys. Yeah, here we go. No, wait. Hold on. No. Not this one. I got to get the one from the old video cover. There we go. Oh, hold on. This is the video cover from the old video store from Sunrise Video. That's one of the little mom and pop ones. That was before Blockbuster and all that shit. We had little mom and pops. ComSource, Sunrise. The people that own Sunrise live next door to us. Look at these fuckers right here. That's Schumer and Biden right there. Tough guys. Man, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, man. And unfortunately, no, I'm not joking around. They probably are the same age as those guys in the cover when they made that movie in 1986. They're probably the same age. Damn it. Fuck, guys. We are fucked. We are fugged. He sure was. He was holding onto his arm like a feeble old man. And nothing against feeble old men. I hope I get to reach a ripe old age where I can be a feeble old man. But I tell you this, I won't be living at Pennsylvania 1600 Avenue if I am. If I am a feeble old man, I won't be trying to run the world. The world, Craig. Oh. Mandy Westcott. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for the Hamilton. She says, even with the video footage, there are so many that say Tucker is a liar, and with the cherry picking BS. Only show the peaceful moments. These people are 100% brainwashed. It's insane. Agreed 100%. And I think the reason that he's showing mostly peaceful footage is because it was mostly peaceful. That's why. And the question is, why weren't they showing the peaceful footage as well? Why were they just showing the extremists of the group? And one of the guys that they said was the QAnon shaman or something. He was supposed to be one of the main players. There's footage of the dude walking around with police. If you've broken into the Capitol uninvited, are you going to be able to walk a gauntlet of police officers? There were 9, 10 police officers, like, you know, some on this side, some on that side, and he walked in between all of them with a police escort in front of him. Which one was it? Was it a handful of jackasses, or was it the worst thing since Pearl Harbor? Every time I say Pearl Harbor, I want to say Pearl Harbor. I don't know why. But you're telling me it's worse than 9/11. It's worse than Pearl Harbor. It's worse than the Civil War. It's worse than the Oklahoma City bombings. It's worse than everything. Then why the fuck is there footage of police letting people inside and police letting one of the leaders leading him around the Capitol through a gauntlet of other police officers? Which one is it? And why weren't you showing this footage? Why are you lying, saying that there were multiple? Biden said that at the funeral as a guy, what was his name? Hold on. Sicknick. That was the guy's name. Officer Sicknick. I don't remember his first name. But his body's laying there in the rotunda. And Biden is saying that multiple police officers lost their lives that day. That's a fucking lie. Did multiple police officers who were involved in that day die? Yes, but they didn't die that day. They died later. They said that he had his head caved in with a fucking fire extinguisher. Tucker Carlson releases footage of him walking around with a helmet after he had supposedly been murdered. How did he do that? Sir, if you have the ability to walk around and you're supposed to be dead, you are wasting your talents as a Capitol police officer. You could be doing so much more for the world if you can walk around after you're dead. And a helmet makes it hard for you to get a head injury. That's why they wear the helmet. But we're supposed to not believe what we're seeing? We're supposed to not believe the footage of somebody walking by and picking something up that had been knocked over? Grabbing pamphlets? Were there people acting like jackasses? Yes. Should they have broken into the Capitol in the spots that they did? Fuck no. But tell me about the spots where the police let them in. Tell me about the spots where the police were waving people in. Tell me about that. Tell me about everything. Not just whatever footage keeps this fucking farce going. This is some bullshit. They made up a whole committee. They had a whole trial. They impeached Trump over this shit. And now we're seeing the footage and it's telling us it wasn't that bad. But look who's getting mad. Look at how mad and look who's getting mad. That tells you everything you need to know. If your enemies are getting mad, that's a good thing, right? You don't want your enemies to be happy because that means something bad's happening to you. But when your enemies are upset, that's a good thing. Our enemies are upset. The mainstream mediocres. Chuck Schumer. Fucking bitch ass Mitch McConnell with his American bulldog jowls. Is it like a camel? Does he store fat and water reserves in those fucking jowls of his? And this shit's just. I mean, people, I'm just going by what I see. And my eyes are telling me that this is some bullshit. But shall we have a ray of sunshine in this storm of horse shit? Yes, we shall. In the form of Ashley Stowers. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you, miss. I appreciate that very much. You are the latest member of the Green Nation. Trays up. Scoot it down. Another cool kid. Thank you. Nico Giorgio. Thank you, man, for the Hamilton. During my teens in Queens, my friend and I would hang out in John Gotti's neighborhood, and he threw the best 4th of July barbecues for all on 101st Avenue near his hangout at the Bergen Hunt and Fish Club. Cool, man. Thanks for that bit of info from somebody who's right there. And I know it's weird because these guys, you know, they do come from a life of crime and violence and murder and extortion and all those terrible things, but their story is still very interesting. And he still served 22 plus years in the fucking can. And if we're being really honest, is this a safe space? Can I say like what I want in here? Like, thank you. And I feel not just about the mob, but gangs and all that kind of shit. If they're killing each other, it's kind of what you signed up for. You're in a gang lifestyle or gangster lifestyle, the mob or whatever, you're in the criminal element. You know what comes along with that shit? Jail and violence. So as long as they're killing each other, they're killing the other people who decided to do that of their own free will. Hey, that's what happens. But it was a great opportunity and it was a great experience. And I took it. And I do it again. Careless, thank you. Greetings from Czech Republic. Capitol Police are better tour guides than the ones for Hollywood celebrity houses. That's right. The only thing that was missing was a double-decker bus with people sitting up top with their cameras around their neck taking pictures. That was the only thing they were missing on J6 was a tour bus. And some lady in an outfit with some kind of tie right here and a name tag speaking into the microphone. And if you look off to your left, you'll see the office of that rotten bitch, Nancy Pelosi. If you look to your right, you'll see the office of that 11-year-old in a 33-year-old's body, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. That's all they were missing. From the Czech Republic, what you doing over there? Be careful, man. Make sure you don't take no vape pens with you. I want you to get grindered. Don't want you to get grindered, Careless. But enjoy your trip. Come back to us safely. Come back here safely, please. Yes. Jack Hammer. Man, you better be a bad dude with a name like Jack Hammer. Thanks for the Hamilton. 40 years ago, my friends and I had wars with Roman candles, M80s, and cakes of firecrackers. These Antifa clowns and those cops who would have surrendered to the 11-year-old version of us guys. Yeah, man, it would have been fucking a kid's version of Red Dawn. And they would have took over. Are you kidding me? I would definitely put 12-year-olds from 1986 up against a 23-year-old Antifa member 2023. Who do you think is going to be more badass? I'd say them 12-year-olds from 1986. Those are some rough little motherfuckers. Some of them probably smoke. A pack of them would descend on one of those Antifa bitches, and the other ones would keep running. Stop! Ow! That's all you hear. Stop! Ow! No! Quit! Stop! Those Roman candles are hurt. Definitely put my money on the 1986 12-year-olds. No question. Also, another thing I want to talk about is Operation Fuck This Boy Up has gone international. That's right. D. Wade and Gabrielle Union have almost completed their mission to destroy his son. What did they do? Well, over the weekend, they took him to his first runway appearance in Gay Paris. And after the fashion show, he went to the after party. Now stop it, guys. Don't even go there with the he's only 15 and it's in Paris and it's an after party with a bunch of adults in the industry. And if you look at the picture, he's by himself. He's with security. His parents aren't with him. let me tell you this. If somehow my daughter ends up in the fashion world and she's at a fashion show in Paris, number one, it would take a lot of things for the planets to align for me to even allow that shit to happen. But let's just say, and we're there. Do you think I'm going to leave my child alone? Hell no. I'm coming backstage. I'm on the side of the stage when you're walking down the runway, and I'll meet you backstage when you're done. You won't be going anywhere with the security detail. I'm your security detail. But hey, I'm one of them old school parents. I'm a throwback. I'm a relic. I'm an antique. I don't give a fuck. My kid will be alive and unfucked up. That poor kid, man. Ranson Shan, thank you. Missed my super chat. Sad face. You'll see. I'll get you, man. I'll get back up there. There's a couple of them that I didn't get to yet. Let's see. But yeah, that shit's weird, man. The picture, I mean, why is he alone? I don't get it. There's just a security guard with big old hand, big old white dude's hand right there. I was like, wait a minute. That's not his parents' hand holding his arm like that. Weird. But, you know, whatever. Fuck it. We'll see you at the hotel tomorrow morning. Have a good time. Charles Turner Jr., thank you for the Twompski. He said, right now I saw screw the uniparty establishment, legacy media, Hollywood, federal law enforcement, and intelligence agencies, and screw most universities. If you live in a red state like me, let's focus on state and local. True that. That is true, because that's what really affects you mostly is the state and local government. And maybe if you change them, maybe it'll echo loud enough to reach. Maybe they'll take that message to DC. You could change those fucks too. Again, Charles Turner Jr., thank you. To quote Bryson Gray about the degeneracy, transgenderism should be illegal. Make abortion a crime. I'm done compromising values. True. Eventually, we're going to have to take, I wouldn't say an extreme stand, because that's kind of a negative connotation. It's not extreme in a bad way, but definitely we need to match their intensity. You know, these things that they want to outlaw and want to crucify you for, well, you know, just turn the heat on them. You know, let's crucify you for your crazy fucking weird ass beliefs. Look at you. You wear your beliefs on the outside. You look like a clown. Mandy Westcott, thank you. Chucky openly called for censorship. Who's gonna do anything about it? Who's spoken up so far? All the talking heads have not. All the talking heads have, but not those with the platform. Yeah, that shit is it's disgusting. Because if people, I think a lot of people are waiting for them to say, I want censorship. I don't think they're dumb enough to just say those words to be so straightforward. But when he got up there and said, well, I'll play it for you. I'll play it for you, piece of shit. But when he got up there saying what he said to and about Rupert Murdoch's and Fox, it's weird. Again, they're not going to come out and say, we want censorship. We want fascism. But in a way, they are. In a way, that's exactly what he's about to say. And the Senate Majority Leader, that's what he's saying. If he was a Republican, come on. They'd be screaming and jumping off of rooftops if he said this shit.
And he's going to come back tonight with another segment. Fox News should tell him not to. Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, tell Carlson not to run a second segment of lies. You know it's a lie. You've admitted it's a lie.
That's censorship. That's calling for censorship. That's dictatorial. If a little mustache right here appeared over the center of his top lip, I wouldn't be surprised. And if his hair started, und und all that shit, and, you know, the hair flopping around, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Because that's how people like that talk. calling on the head of a media outlet to silence their employees because they're releasing security footage from your building, dickhead. Hey, Chuck Schumer, you dickhead. He's only playing the security footage from your building. That wasn't cell phone footage. Notice all the footage is from a bird's eye view because it's from the cameras up on the roof and the ceiling, jackass. So you're calling for Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox, to call Tucker Carlson and say, Tucker, no more, because Chuck said so. When people like this, when fucking evil monsters like this are upset at something, we should be happy about it.
And Speaker McCarthy is every bit as culpable as Mr. Carlson. Speaker McCarthy's decision to share security footage with Fox looked like a mistake from the very beginning. But after last night, it looks like a disaster. Speaker McCarthy has played a treacherous game by catering to the hard right. He's enabled the big lie and has...
He's enabled the big lie? Where the fuck you been, Chuck? You heard of the sweet and sour sniffles? You heard of lockdowns? You heard of this bullshit J6 nonsense? You're still trying to frog-wad down our throats? The big lie, the nerve.
Further eroded away at our precious democracy. When people...
Careful when they start saying democracy's precious and it's being threatened. A democracy means they have the power. So of course they want to protect it.
People don't believe elections are on the level. That's the beginning of the end of this bold experiment in democracy that has gone on for more than 200 years. It's all the more shameful because Speaker McCarthy knows precisely what kind of customer Mr. Carlson is. He's not surprised by this outcome. What a low point for Speaker McCarthy. What a low point for Fox News. As reporting on the Dominion lawsuit shows, Mr. Carlson had no problem admitting behind the scenes that the big lie is pure garbage.
That's a fucking lie. The fucking balls on this guy here. Are you kidding me? But they are betting on people, their followers, their minions, their legions of dumbasses. They are betting on them going no further than their words. They are sitting there listening to him speak these words. Well, he's wearing a nice suit. He has the American pin on. He's standing behind a podium, and it's on C-SPAN 2. It's got to be true. They will look no further than what this man is telling them. And if you look closely, you can see his horns.
When Sidney Powell went on the air to push the stolen election narrative, Mr. Carlson told fellow anchor Laura Ingraham that Sidney Powell is lying. His words by the deposition. Mr. Carlson's own producer texted him that, quote, "I don't think there is evidence of voter fraud that swung the election." They know full well they've been lying, and they're doing it anyway. And he's going to come.
So where's the footage of this asshole talking about CNN? And it's just so weird that you're taking up the people's time. You're on the Senate floor and you're talking about this bullshit. Like we have nothing else to worry about. Like we're not hemorrhaging $200 billion to Ukraine and you're up here talking about something we know is stupid and not true. And what's worse than him? What's worse than the left? The right pretending to be the right when they're really the left. And here's old saggy melted candle face, Mitch McConnell. Oh, Mitch McConnell.
With the Capitol Police's very serious concerns about the release of this footage. Was it a mistake?
What's in there? What's in that sack under his chin? Well, I'll tell you. I'm Mitch McConnell. I'll tell you what's in my sack under my chin.
By Speaker McCarthy to give access to Tucker Carlson of this security footage?
My concern is how it was depicted. which is a different issue. Clearly, the chief of the Capitol Police, in my view, correctly describes what most of us.
Mostly concerned about how it's depicted. We mean depicted. It's just footage from your cameras. What do you mean depicted? Just open your eyes and point them at the screen.
Witnessed firsthand on January 6th. So that's my reaction to it. It was a mistake, in my view, for Fox News to depict this in a way that's completely at variance with what our chief law enforcement official here at the Capitol thinks.
You mean the same Capitol Police that were escorting the Moosehead dude, the Buffalo Horn, whatever that dude is, the QAnon shaman around the Capitol? Is that the same chief of police that we should be putting all of our trust in? Mitch McConnell? I bet Mitch McConnell, he sounds like he still says something like, tell that colored girl to bring me some sweet tea here. He talks like that. My name is Mitch McConnell. Tell that colored girl over there to bring me some sweet tea with a slice of lemon in it. Because I'm Mitch McConnell, and I got this sack of fluid under my chin. And when I get hungry from time to time, I tap into that sack and I drink of its sweet nectar to get me sustenance until I can find something to eat. Because I'm Mitch McConnell. And I'm Mitch McConnell and my chin sack. You fucking crook. Robbery without a gun. I'm Mitch McConnell. So when you see people like that, when you see the rhinos getting mad, oh, you son of a bitch rhino. You're supposed to be our boy. You're supposed to have our backs. You're supposed to have our six. You don't, you fuck. You right up there parroting Chuck Schumer. I don't like the way they went about depicting this on the Fox News. Now, if I had it my way, I would take some of the fluid from my chin sack and I would squirt it on Tucker Carlson's face. To me, it is a source of sustenance, but to somebody else, it's like a hydrochloric acid. It'll burn your face. Because I'm Mitch McConnell. Fucker. You're worse than them. You're worse, you rhino piece of shit. Thank you, Tammy A. She says it's Nancy's vodka reserve. Gross. That, my dear, is gross. Charles Turner Jr., you can go to my page, you know, where it says like about community, all that shit. There's a button there. If you go to Super Chat, there's supposed to be a button there also to let you become a member. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Mitch, I'm getting low. Top me off. Top me off, Mitch. Oh, golly, Nancy. The third time this hour I've had to top off your glass of vodka because I'm Mitch McConnell and I have your vodka reserve in my jowls. Gross. You know what's really gross is when she can't wait for him to pour it out. So you just start sucking on his neck. Ew, Nancy Pelosi giving you a hickey? No! That vodka breath, you get drunk. If she sucks on your skin, you're going to get drunk because that woman just bleeds, permeates vodka. Oh, right there. That's my spot, Nancy. Oh, right there on my jowl. I'm Mitch McConnell. Oh, suck it, Nancy. Hey, a little bit more. Nancy, whoa, no, wait, Nancy. Oh, boy, I'm Mitch McConnell. Oh, that's real great, Nancy. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sucking my jowl. That's how I get off, because I'm Mitch McConnell. Authentically Kennedy says, nightmares. Why should I be the one who's tortured by these thoughts at night? Authentically Kennedy, I'll give them to you. Share my pain. Share in my torment. Oh, Thank you, Nancy. Now I gotta go have a cigarette. I'm Mitch McConnell. Yeah, you did start that, Tammy A. Way to take responsibility. Ew. That's gross. You thought I was being gross. Broman dude says when she runs out of her chest tanks of vodka, she comes for Mitch. Hey, those are some big tanks, man. Those are some big ass liver spotted, varicose veiny chest tanks. They at least hold 5 gallons each. So Mitch knows he's in trouble because if Nancy comes looking, she's already off of 10 gallons of vodka. Oh, shit. And I bought a sweet Nancy. Oh, she's looking for me. Oh, heard she was getting low in her titty tanks. She's coming looking for me and suck on my neck because I'm Mitch McConnell. The Ferg. Hey, that's right. You noticed. Here, let me take my picture away for a second. I did that because it's national, or isn't it international? Excuse me, International Women's Heritage Month. So what better way to show solidarity and show support than to put the latest, newest edition of women on my background? So, those are Ku Klux Trans women, aka the new women. You old women with your real tits and your real vaginas and your real chromosomes and your real DNA and your real, woman stuff and your periods and whatnot. Fucking old school. Old school. Want something new. Out with the old. You know how the saying goes, out with the old and in with the dicks. Wait. Yeah. That's how you say that shit. Show you Joe Rogan over here dropping those truth bombs. Look out below, you leftist turds. Look out below. You're gonna carpet bomb you bitches. Listen to this.
Like he's gone. Like, he's gone. You're going to be relying on his cabinet. And I knew his cabinet would be the fucking sideshow of diversity, and which is exactly what it is. I mean, that one person who stole all the women's clothes, that Sam Brinton, we highlighted on the podcast yesterday. Like, that's a diversity hire. You just said, oh, look at this. A man who dresses like a woman and has a beard and a mustache, but also wears lipstick. This is perfect for us. I don't give a fuck what this guy's good at or bad at. I don't give a fuck what their credentials are. This makes us look like we're inclusive. This makes us look like we're on the right side. So let's hire this person. And you can't have those kind of people running a Ben and Jerry's. You certainly can't have those kind of people running the fucking most powerful government the world's ever known. It's nuts. It's nonsense. And I go, I would vote.
What did Joe Rogan just say? He just said that he would vote for Trump. That's it right there. That's where they're going to stop the soundbite. No more. It doesn't matter. Context don't mean shit. Doesn't matter what he said after that. Doesn't matter that he explained himself. He spoke those fatal words. I would vote for Trump. That's all the left needs to know. That's all they need to know. And they're going to do their best. They're going to try their damnedest to bring about a funeral procession for your career, Joe Rogan. It doesn't matter that you're telling the truth. You're not telling their truth. There's the truth, your truth, and my truth. You're not telling their truth. You're telling the truth. That's bad. You get the cross for that. Get that thing away from me. That's sunlight to a blood sucker. Joe Mello, thank you. Joe Mello says, hey, Jericho in chat, just dropping a line. How goes it? It's going good, man. It's going great. I'll see you tonight on Double Impact. we will be talking about Point Break, dude, with Keanu Reeves. Oh, man. I forgot how bad that movie was. I think I'm roughly halfway through it, maybe a little bit past. I'm to the part where they're skydiving, and they just landed in the water. He didn't know if Brody was going to kill him or not, dude, because Brody knows he's an FBI agent. We are going to have fun tonight. Matter of fact, Tammy A., thank you. To celebrate Women's Heritage Month, you should have the trans deaf mute singing as your intro music. Perfect. You remember that shit? That'll be the Women's Heritage National Anthem. Thank you. That's a woman, totally. Doesn't that piss you off, women? Just think of when you're going out somewhere. You're going somewhere really fancy. Okay? You're doing your makeup. You've laid out 47 outfits. You've asked your man for his opinion, knowing you already have the dress you want in your mind. You just want him to tell you the one you're thinking about to confirm your decision. I'm figuring you ladies out slowly but surely. The hair, the makeup. I don't like this. I don't like that. This looks stupid. Da-da-da-da-da. Take that off. Don't like that shade. I look like a hooker. Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff you go through. The heels, the dress, and all that. Whatever goes on with that hours-long process. Doesn't it piss you off to know that some dude that looks like me could just throw a wig on, boom, 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 put my size 11 and a half foot in a pump, Buffalo Bill your dick somewhere, and I am the same as you? That shit is disgusting. Hilo Boy for Life 2002, thank you. Beach McConnell. McAnal gotta go along with his turkey neck. They got a lot of neck problems in the Senate. You got Mitch McConnell's neck, Fetter neck. Oh my goodness, real necky collection of people. Speaking of Fetter neck, let's get serious. Oh, what's up, Miss Auntie Tom? Yes, we met at the Uncle Tom 2 premiere in Texas. Very talented hairstylist. What's your Insta? Drop your Insta. Drop your Instagram, Adjua. I mean, if you want people to check it out. She's a very talented hairstylist, serious about the conservative movement. Shout out to Let's Talk, darling. Monique, what up to you too? Had the pleasure of meeting her as well. Another very smart conservative. Adjua is the one who, during the gubernatorial race for Texas, she was keeping me updated because she's there in Texas, going to the rallies. She's the one who was telling me that Beto O'Rourke was doing like 2 rallies a day. She was the first one to let me know how close the race was between him and Abbott. So we almost lost Texas, but we did not. But appreciate you being in the chat, Adjua. Andrew Justice. Thanks, Jericho. Take care. Peace out, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here as long as you were. So let's see how the left reacts to that. Joe Rogan saying that he would vote for Trump over Biden. How could you? Don't you love America, Joe? Because if you don't vote for Biden, not only are you not black, but you hate this country and you hate the people in it if you don't vote for Sloppy Joe. But let's get serious, guys. You know, you guys mess around, get very play in the comments sometimes, and that's okay. But right now, we need to get serious. We need to go ahead and get an update on John Fetterman, aka Neck Buddy, aka the senator from Pennsylvania. Okay, check this out. So this is 1 day ago. All right, hold on. Let me pull it over here. Let me read it. Okay. Let me read it here so I can keep an eye on the chat. I don't miss any super chats or anything. So John Fetterman, Neck Buddy, what's up? Okay, here we go. According to the New York Post, Senator John Fetterman shown working in first picks since being hospitalized for depression. Well, that's good. He's back in his sweatshirt. He's back in his hoodie. And you have to see these pictures. You have to see these pictures. I thought I was just going to get a simple little article to read, but this article came along with pictures. So let's check in on Fetterman. He was elected, got sworn in one of the more awkward public appearances I've ever seen. And then, boom, lightheadedness, gets out, boom, severe clinical depression. He's back in the hospital. It's been a couple weeks, probably about 3 weeks, but he's back. Bam, how you like that? He got the hoodie back on. Now he's not fucking around. Before he was fucking around. But now he's not fucking around. Now Fetterman is back. He's back in the hoodie. A little more gray in that beard. He's talking to this gentleman here. Looks like he's a direct descendant of Kenny Loggins. And they're hashing out the issues of the people of the state of Pennsylvania. I'm hoping that those are some pictures up there the kids have been sending him. Get better, Senator Olger, Fetterman. You know, maybe there's some pictures that kids drew for him, but I'm just wondering, and you guys pull me back on track if I'm getting off track, okay? Because I don't want to be wrong. I try to be right as much as I can. I don't know a lot, so if I'm missing something, let me know. But what I want to know is all of that state-of-the-art equipment he needed to understand what the fuck you're saying to him, the screens and the monitors and the interpreters and the translating machines and all these electronics that he needed to communicate with people in his office, he doesn't need it anymore because he's sitting there talking to this guy. So you don't need it. His brain is fixed. I didn't know you could fix brains. So what do you think he's saying in this picture? I think if we were a fly on the wall and we were in this room listening to him, it would go something like this. What do the words mean? Do you think this is like one of those commercials for some kind of candidate during election season? You know, he's looking over the blueprints at a construction site. Do you think he's comprehending what he's reading? All of a sudden, look at that. Fetterman in deep thought. T-R-H-R-E. You're looking a little gaunt there, Mr. Fetterman. You've been slimming down. Lost some LBs. Shit. Some might say sickly. So, hey, at least Fetterman is back on the scene with the gangster lean. Good night, everybody. John is well on his way to recovery. All right. Oh, fuck. So a couple weeks in the hospital. He's sitting there, he's reading papers. He doesn't have 4 screens around him like he's at a fucking sports bar. where you got 5 flat screen TVs everywhere interpreting the words that they're speaking to you. He's cured. Careless. John is reading, Fetterman's reading that paper upside down. You know he is. There aren't even any words on it. There's probably some papers that got out of the printer. You know, if the ink doesn't print right or it missed half the page, they just stapled that shit together and told him to hold it. Oh, dog. Nicholas J, or Nicholas X, excuse me. Thank you. The doctor said, may the neck be with you. It's always with me. Golly. So he's good now? The people of Pennsylvania, you ready? You ready for him to come back to work and fight for you? Now, if he was fighting a dragon or some kind of mythical goblin in a forest somewhere, that's who I want on my side. That's why I want ripping goblins in half and swinging a broadsword. That's who I want on my side. He's like the Hound from Game of Thrones. That's who you want. But if we're trying to run a state, that's not who I want. Do you understand what I mean? Damn, Melanie L. Millennial says he looks like an aborted penis. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, you guys know how to get play in a half a second, don't you? Yeah, Bam Bam Bailey says, sorry, that is a sick man. It is. That's the fucked up part. That's the fucked up part. This man should be in that hospital recuperating, not being a senator. He needs help. Did his wife come back from Canada yet? Or is she still up there with the kids? Corn Pop, thank you. He says, I'm Corn Pop at YouTube. Okay. Thank you for that. James Bateman, you mean fighting Pelosi? Yeah, same thing. They both breathe fire. You mean to tell me if you put a lighter up to Nancy's mouth and she blew out air, that shit wouldn't catch on fire? You don't think so? I do. All the vodka she drinks, they can't put fucking candles on her birthday cake anymore. Not simply for the fact that there's not enough cake in the world to hold 83 candles, but if she blows those candles out, she's going to set the house on fire. If you're going to do it outside. Everybody knows in her family, if you want Nancy to blow out the candles, you got to do that shit outside and have the water hose turned on. Because she just fucking, that vodka breath, as soon as it hits those flames, kaboom. Yeah, maybe he lost a neck buddy. Devlin McBain, where's his neck? Man, did he lose neck? No, John, no. He just shrunk. I don't know. Swamp Fox 1732 says her teeth would fall out too. Nah, I don't know. You know, dragons have like teeth. Like when a dragon breathes fire, its teeth don't fall out. So maybe she has some kind of natural flame retardant on her teeth that protects it from the vodka. You know, because I mean, yeah, her dragons don't lose their teeth, so I don't see why she would lose hers. And would I be surprised that she has mythical beast blood in her body? No. I told you she's a gargoyle. She sits atop skyscrapers until nightfall. And at nightfall, upon the sun's setting, she breaks free from her concrete shell and wreaks havoc upon the citizens of D.C. Ah! Burning shit. Ah! Some lady running, please let me in, please, because you got to be off the streets at sunset in DC because you know Nancy's coming. Like in those werewolf movies, like in American Werewolf in London, where they're at that pub and you hear in the distance. You know, what was that? Same thing, Nancy. Ah! Fucking wings. Ah! On one side of town, you got her doing that, and then Kamala's on the other end. Like a fucking werewolf. You got the moon behind her here. You can see her breath at night. It's fucked up in DC. You guys be careful. Be careful. Rome 13 says she crouches on the backrest of her couch to watch TV. That is fucked up, but true. Diesel, LMAO, I'm in Sprouts listening. Pat's ears and GG and looking at me all crazy. It's all right. Let them hear it. Maybe they'll agree. Maybe they will agree. Broman dude says she slurs as she yells though. Yeah, she probably flies all crooked and shit, slamming into buildings. Yeah, maybe she's not as much of a threat as we thought. Maybe she just fucked up flying through the sky, destroying property. But that's our former Speaker of the House. Hilo Boy for Life 2002. Thank you. Because the Eagles are better than the Eagles. Good night, everyone. Pennsylvania. You guys are fucked. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Rex Rocker. That's for you. Thank you very much for becoming a member of Green Nation. Trays up. Scoot it down. Another cool kid. Works every time. 60% of the time, works every time. Chef Lily's Kitchen, what's up? You future culinary star, you. I wonder if you were to bear hug him, Fetterman, and jump up and down if his head would bust nuts. He looks like, you know what? Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't want to do it. I would gladly pay someone else to do it. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened either. Corn Pop, thank you again. It says, Jericho, can you play my UFO video? I'd have to watch it first, and that's not how you spell Jericho. I think you know that, Corn Pop. But no, I can't play your video here. Not without checking it out first. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Lance Miller, Chuck Schumer's wife looks like Tattoo from Fantasy Island. They playing, boss. They playing. Let's see. Chuck Schumer's wife. Jericho, you should not be making fun of his wife. What does your wife look like? My wife is gorgeous, and he's a piece of shit, so fuck him. Iris Winchell, who was born in 1980. Wait, no way. Yeah, she's born in 53. Where the fuck did 1980 come from? Where'd that come from? Oh, married. They were married in 1980. They playing, boss. They playing. She does. She does. So she's some might say she wait, what? No way. Hold on. There's no way. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't want to do this shit. There we go. Chuck Schumer's wife. Ew. I mean. Whoa, hold on. Now, first off, I want to say looks aren't everything. There's somebody out there for everybody. Maybe she has a great personality, but he's no looker either. He looks like a villain from a Japanime cartoon. Look at that shit. I tell you everything. He look like a man. What the fuck is going on here? Ooh wee. They both look like shit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she definitely. They playing, boss. They playing. I show you they playing. Yeah, man. That's. Oh my goodness. That'll make the blood go elsewhere. Yeah, you're right. That lady looks all fucked up. But he's a piece of shit and he wants to destroy our country, so he can eat a dick. Ooh, that was some rough. That was a rough looking chick there. Golly. Max Bang, thank you for the Hamilton. Hey JG, 6 months ago, you asked me to keep you updated on this. My son, a captain of a nuclear sub, returned last week from under the sea to finally greet his newborn daughter, Rose. That's great, man. I bet he couldn't wait to get out of that damn water to go see her. Congratulations, man. Is that your first grandchild? And good for him, be able to see his baby girl. Congratulations to you both. That's great, man. The world's finest Navy. Golly, his wife looks fucked up. Anthony DeRosa, don't want to see her naked. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Golly. Oh, shit. Yeah, big congratulations for Max Bang. That's great, man. You guys up for some girl power? Hell yeah. I'm down for some girl power. Always. Because girls are so much better than you stupid boys. Oh, I can't wait. You guys are ready for this? She's singing about all of the great female icons. These female icons are much better than you regular everyday women. They're rich and famous, so therefore they're better. Obviously. Oh, man, let me get a picture of his wife out of here. Shit. Okay. So let's see. What you got, girl power?
All the ladies in the room, supporting and leading, all here I presume. Hong Chow, Dolly D, Carrie and...
And when she first started, I was like, man, she's terrible. And then I thought, okay, this is going to get better.
Harry with the C. J Mama, I'm so fond. And a girl, you were great and blonde. Danielle D, you broke my heart. Michelle, I've loved you from the start. Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Blanche Kate, you're a genius. Jamie,
yeah, this is my first time running around singing this song.
Lee, you are all of us. All the
Jamie
ladies
Lee,
in the room.
Jamie Lee, you are all of us. Ew, Jamie Lee is all of you women. Do you guys agree with that?
Supporting and leading, all here I presume. Hong Chow, Dolly D, Carrie and Carrie with the C. J Mama, I'm so fond. And a girl, you were great and blonde. Danielle D, you broke my heart. Michelle, I've loved you from the start. Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Blanche Kate, you're a genius. And Jamie Lee, you are all of us. Also-
Jamie Lee, you're all of us. Shut the fuck up. That was terrible. That was terrible. I don't know what award show that was. I don't know when that was. But I do know this. That was terrible. What was that? Girl, just sit down and sing that shit because you sounded horrible. You can't be out of breath and horrible. Melanie L. Millennial, yes, we're laughing with her. Okay. You laugh with her. I will gladly laugh at her. What was that shit?
Ladies in the room, supporting and leading, all here I presume. Hong Chow, Dolly D, Carrie and Carrie with the C. Dame Emma, I'm so fond. And a girl, you were great and blonde. Danielle D, you broke my heart. Michelle, I've loved you from the start. Angela Bassett did the thing.
Let me tell you something.
Viola Davis, my woman king. Blanche Kate, you're a genius. And Jamie Lee, you are all of us.
The only thing that would have made that better if she tripped and fell. It's the only thing that could have made that better. She just fucking Jamie Lee, you're all of us, and like tripped over something. Oh my goodness, that was terrible. Geronimo, high school talent show. I probably want to go to the high school talent show instead. if it was that or a high school talent show that I had to pay to get into, a high school talent show all day. Yeah, Anthony DeRosa, how about that? That was dog shit. Jack Hammer says, dude, I'm going to unsubscribe. Don't, man. Don't. I won't play it again. I promise I won't play it again. I won't. Oh, that was terrible. Corn Pop, thank you again. Thank you for the super sticker. Heidi Booth, exactly. WTH. What do you say to that? Kayla says, what do we do to you, Jericho? I'm sorry. When I see horrible shit like that, I can't keep it to myself. I got to share. Barney told me that caring is sharing. Corn Pop, another super sticker. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. You know? So when I come across something that bad, it behooves me to bring it to you. Weapon X says, hit the golden button. There's a button for that, but it ain't gold. Golly. All right, I won't do that again. My bad. But I just wanted to share that little ray of sunshine with you. And here's something that I love. I love when the left, I love when these looking for racism around every corner, under every rock, America's racist, white people are racist, everything is racist. I love when they get called out. I love when people hold up a mirror to their bullshit. Big fan of that. So, with that being said, where is it? Whoop. There it is. Oh, man. Did I just see something else? Oh, please don't. I'll have to say that for tomorrow. God. Yeah. Sometimes it just won't stop. So, and I think they're going to play the clip that this is pertaining to. But Kendrick Perkins, a former NBA player, he is on ESPN regularly and with Stephen A. Smith. And a couple of days ago, or maybe last week or something, he implied that what's his name, Nikola Jokic or whatever, he's up for MVP. And Perkins is saying that the reason, some shit about the last time that three people were voted in with his stats were this guy, and this guy, and they're all three. It was like, what's his name? Damn it, he's a head coach now. Kevin Nash. Or Steve Nash. I'm sorry, not Kevin Nash. That's a wrestler. Steve Nash. Steve Nash, the Russian dude from the Mavericks, and then some other guy. So he's implying that the voters are being racist. Like there's never been a black MVP in the NBA. But he's saying that they're racist because of his stats and they're having him in the running for MVP. And JJ Redick, who is a former NBA player, is not having that bullshit anymore, but he's what?
Because I think this show is extremely valuable. It is an honor to be on this desk every day. It really is. But what we've just witnessed is the problem with this show, where we create narratives that do not exist in reality. The implication, what you are implying, that the white voters that vote on NBA are racist, that they favor white people. You just said that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. That is exactly what you implied, Senator Perkins. That is exactly what you implied. Secondly, hold on.
I did not call. I stated the facts.
Uh-oh. When you start yelling like that, when you start getting all defensive like that, that means you know you did something wrong.
And you're not about to sit up.
We all know what you implied the other day. We all know what you implied just now. Hold on.
I stated it's the facts. It's the facts. It's the facts.
Okay.
Why didn't he never bring up this in particular subject?
And this is what he said to bring about this argument.
When it comes down to guys winning MVP since 1990, it's only 3 guys that won the MVP that wasn't top 10 in scoring. Do you know who those 3 guys were?
Who were they?
Steve Nash, Jokic, and Dirk Nowitzki. No. What do those guys have in common? I'll let it sit there and marinate. You think about it. Now here's the thing.
Stephen A., I mean no offense to you.
So what does that sound like to you? Sound like to me that he was implying that the voters are racist. That because these guys got voted as MVPs, but they weren't top 10 in scoring, it was because they were white. And that is a bunch of bullshit. If some white former player got up there and started talking about how, the 3 guys who won it who weren't in top 10 in scoring were this guy, and this guy, and I'm gonna leave it right there and let you figure it out. You know what the fuck you were saying. But you got scared like a bitch because you didn't think that anybody would challenge you on it because you're used to being in this cocoon of dumb fucks just like you, and you didn't think anybody would challenge you. And you damn sure didn't think some white boy was going to try to do it on this woke-ass piece of garbage known as ESPN. This woke trash that has Disney's fingerprints all over it. Oh, that's right. You get him, ESPN. Oh, spread that woke shit. Oh. You didn't think they would do it. And he did. That's why he got all fucking mad. Joel 960 says, bro, MJ won 4 in a row. Exactly. So don't sit up here and act like this is some racist bullshit and black folks have never won an MVP. And then when he challenged him, it's the facts. I didn't say that. Yeah, you did. Why don't you sit up there and be a man, all 6'10", 300 some pounds of bitch that you're being right now? Why don't you sit up there and say, yeah, you know what, man, I was wrong. I was wrong, man. I shouldn't have said that. Or explain yourself. That's not what I meant. What else could you mean? He called you on your bullshit and you didn't like it. You couldn't handle it. You're not used to it. You're not used to that pushback. You're used to getting on there with old fucking former mayor of Chicago hairline alumni Stephen A. Smith and saying all the stupid shit you want. And then some other equally stupid, if not more stupid person than you will come behind you and parrot the same shit. Or at the very least, won't even question it, won't even push back. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what does that mean? What are you talking about? Why didn't Stephen A. Smith, when they came out of that segment, say, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you implying that there's some kind of racism involved here because 3 white guys who weren't top 10 in scoring got MVP? And my thing is, if it's MVP, if it's most valuable player, that's what it stands for. Most valuable, not higher or not better statistics or better scoring or better numbers. But if you're the most valuable player, to me, that means if you take that player away, what happens to that team? That team falls to shit. Therefore, ergo, you're pretty fucking valuable. You could have good numbers, but on a shitty team. But if they take you out of that situation and that team falls apart, you're pretty fucking valuable. That's what I think. He got mad. It's the facts. It's the facts. It's the facts. You yell that shit 3 times in a row. You have no other thought in that big ass head of yours. I love it. I love it when they get called on their shit and they overreact and get all over emotional. instead of listening to the man make his point and then either countering that point or apologize, or at least clarifying what you said, you just get all mad and start shouting. So now we can't talk about it. Now Stephen A. Smith got to come in at playing fucking referee, and you done fucked up the rest of the segment. There's no other time to talk about it. Good job to JJ Redick. Good job. I hope he does it again. Maybe shit. JJ Redick might not be invited back. What do you think the chances that he got pulled into an office by some executive and got talked to about what he just said? And I like how he said, that's the problem. That's the problem with this show. Like, that was personal. That was at Stephen A. Smith. You allow this shit. You foster an environment for this bullshit. You didn't challenge this fool for saying some racist shit. Because if JJ Redick sat up there and said the exact same thing, just changed the colors, you'd be all indignant. Perkins would walk off the set. Oh, I can't believe that. Or one of you motherfuckers would start crying. Like Ryan Clark, you start crying or leave. Because that's how you learn. That's how you talk about things. That's how you debate, is you start crying or you get up and leave the room. Perkins, you big old bitch. I thought The Rock was the biggest bitch in the world. I thought LeBron was one of the biggest bitches in the world. But you seem to be. Like physically, literally the biggest bitches in the world. Oh, I love it. Call his ass out again. Make him cry. You know, Stephen A. Smith sitting there like, it's your show, fool. Don't you want to speak truth? Nah, fuck that shit. Truth hurts. Like, literally, it burns their tongues when they speak it. Well, people, as far as I'm concerned, this was a great live. Tonight, don't you miss it, damn it. On Gabe's channel, Double Impact, Triple Threat, myself, Gabe, Shant, and tonight's special guest, Dean Cain. Yes, that Dean Cain. Mr. Hollywood actor, Mr. Conservative, not taking that Hollywood bullshit no more, and Mr. Superman. Remember Lois and Clark back in the day? Ladies! So we'll be there talking to him, and we'll be breaking down Point Break. I will never watch the remake from 2015. Hell no. And to be honest, the original wasn't that good. It's not good. But you know, if you want the eye candy, you just want some mindless action with all the tropes you've become accustomed to. There you go. But I'm gonna go finish watching the second half of that movie. Like I said, I left off where they just got done skydiving. Keanu. Put the link. I thought I did. I'll do that. Thanks, Anthony. I'll put that right now. So you guys get that link and you click it and you share it and you like love it and fuck it. Or whatever you do to a link, do it to this one. Let's see. Boom, boom, bam. And I'll share it. Let's see. I've already shared it on my page. So I got the link right here. Boom. I've already shared it on my page. There we go. Bam. Right there. All right. It is in there like swimwear. Damn it. I keep trying to pin the comment. Hold on. Damn it. All right. Well, anyway, it's in there. I uploaded the link. Check it out. Be there tonight. We're going to have a good time, especially with Dean Cain in the house. I got some questions I want to ask him. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I got some questions. We'll feel him out. It was my first time meeting him, but by all accounts, he's a cool dude. I'm sure we'll have a great time. And I'm sure we'll hear a lot of behind the scenes Hollywood shit, you know, that we don't see go on. And also his time in Hollywood now after, you know, he's come out conservative, because you can come out as a lot of things in Hollywood. You can come out as a Ku Klux Trans member. You can come out as a fucking pervert, but you better not come out conservative. Ew. So I definitely want to talk to him about, you know, the feedback he's got from that, the backlash. So be there, guys. If you ain't there, you in the wrong damn spot. And if nothing else, listen to Brian King B. Falcon. Eat your vegetables and say your prayers, brother. It's going to be a good time. Be there. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments, your questions, your supers, whatever. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You were great. I was great. We were great. But you know how it goes. I try to, hold on. One last super duper from my man, Gabe. It's his channel. The show will be on tonight, and it's always on. Thank you, Gabe. He says, just got off the phone with Dean Cain. He is excited. You hear that, people? Up to the minute updates from Double Impact. Dean Cain will be there. He's excited. So am I. Be a part of it. Where was I? Oh, yes. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.